The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred Hindu scripture, presents a profound dialogue between Lord Krishna and the warrior Arjuna. This timeless conversation, set against the backdrop of the Kurukshetra battlefield, addresses the deepest questions of life, duty, and spirituality. It is a guide for those seeking to understand the essence of existence and the path to spiritual enlightenment. Chapter 8, titled The Eternal Abode, delves into the nature of ultimate reality, the paths after death, and the means to attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death. This chapter is a beacon for those who yearn to comprehend what lies beyond our mortal existence. It explores the concept of Brahman, the supreme, unchanging reality amidst and beyond the world, which is the essence of all that exists. This chapter is important because it provides a roadmap to navigate the journey of life and death. It outlines the various paths a soul can take after leaving the physical body, depending on one's actions and spiritual knowledge. The teachings in this chapter serve as a compass, guiding individuals through the complexities of life and the mysteries of the afterlife. It offers solace, guidance, and hope to seekers of truth. For those who are troubled by the uncertainties of life and the fear of death, the wisdom contained in this chapter provides comfort and clarity. It reassures that there is a higher purpose and a greater reality beyond our immediate experiences. Chapter 8 begins with Arjuna expressing his desire to understand the nature of the eternal abode, Brahman, and the path to attain it. His questions reflect the universal human quest for knowledge and the desire to transcend the limitations of the physical world. Arjuna's earnest inquiries set the stage for a deep and enlightening discourse. He poses 7 questions to Lord Krishna, seeking clarity on fundamental existential questions. These questions cover the nature of Brahman, the self, karma, the material world, and the process of dying. Arjuna's quest for understanding mirrors our own search for meaning and purpose in life. Krishna, the embodiment of divine wisdom, patiently answers each question, unveiling the secrets of life, death, and liberation. His responses are not just theoretical, but are practical guides for living a life of righteousness and spiritual awareness. Krishna's teachings emphasize the importance of devotion, knowledge, and disciplined action as means to attain the eternal abode. His teachings provide a profound understanding of the nature of reality and the path to attain the ultimate goal of human existence, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. By following the guidance offered in this chapter, individuals can aspire to reach a state of eternal peace and union with the divine, transcending the transient nature of worldly life. Arjuna's questions are not merely intellectual inquiries, they are profound reflections that arise from the depths of his soul. These questions are driven by an intense yearning to grasp the essence of life and the universe. They stem from a deep longing to understand the true nature of existence and his place in the cosmos. Arjuna's quest is not just for knowledge, but for wisdom that can guide his actions and decisions. He asks, 1. What is Brahman, the ultimate reality that pervades everything? 2. What is Adhyatma, the nature of the self? 3. What is karma, the law of cause and effect? 4. What is Adibhuta, the nature of the physical world? 5. Who is Adiyajna, the supreme being who resides in the heart of all sacrifices? 6. How is one situated at the time of death? This question delves into the mystery of the final moments of life and the transition to the beyond. 7. How can those who remember you at the time of death attain you? This reflects the desire for liberation and union with the divine. These questions reflect the fundamental inquiries that reside within every human heart. They're not just Arjuna's questions, they are the questions of every seeker, every soul on a journey towards understanding. They express the universal desire to comprehend the nature of the self, the universe, and the divine. In seeking answers, Arjuna embarks on a path that resonates with the eternal quest for truth and enlightenment. Krishna begins by explaining that Brahman is the supreme eternal reality that pervades all things. It is the unchanging, infinite consciousness that underlies the ever-changing phenomenal world. Adhyatma, on the other hand, refers to the individual soul, the Atman, which is essentially a spark of the divine Brahman. Karma, Krishna explains, is the law of cause and effect that governs human actions and their consequences. Every action, thought, and intention creates karmic traces that influence our present and future lives. Adibhuta refers to the material world, the realm of perishable objects and experiences. Krishna emphasizes the paramount importance of the moment of death. He reveals that whatever a person remembers at the time of death determines their destiny. If one fixes their mind on the divine, they attain liberation. However, if their thoughts are attached to worldly matters, they remain bound to the cycle of birth and death. Therefore, it is crucial to cultivate a state of constant remembrance of the divine throughout one's life. This practice, known as Bhakti Yoga, or the Yoga of Devotion, purifies the mind and prepares it for the final journey. Section 5, The Glorious Path, A Journey to the Eternal. Krishna describes two paths after death, the Devayana, the path of the gods, and the Pitrayana, the path of the ancestors. The Devayana is a luminous path taken by those who have attained liberation. It is a journey to the eternal abode of Brahman, where there is no sorrow, pain, or death. This path is attained by yogis and devotees who have purified their minds and realized their unity with the divine. They merge into the eternal Brahman, transcending the limitations of time and space. Section 6, The Path of Return. The cycle continues. The Pitrayana, on the other hand, is the path taken by those who have not yet attained liberation. It is a path of return to the world of birth and death, where individuals reap the fruits of their past actions and continue their journey of evolution. This path represents the cyclical nature of existence for those who remain bound by desires and attachments. They experience repeated births and deaths until they purify their karma and attain liberation. Section 7, Devotion and Meditation, Pathways to Liberation. Krishna emphasizes that the key to attaining liberation is to surrender to the divine with unwavering faith and devotion. He highlights the importance of meditation, selfless action, and cultivation of virtues such as love, compassion, and forgiveness. Through these practices, individuals can purify their minds, transcend their egocentric desires, and attain union with the divine. This path of devotion and self-realization leads to liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Section 8, Adhyajna and Remembering the Divine. Krishna explains that Adhyajna, the Supreme Lord, is the ultimate recipient of all sacrifices and offerings. He reveals that by dedicating all actions to the divine, individuals can purify their karma and attain liberation. Remembering the divine at the time of death is crucial for attaining liberation. By focusing the mind on the Supreme, one can transcend the cycle of birth and death and attain the eternal abode. Section 9, Living the Gita, Practical Implications. Chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita offers profound insights into the nature of reality, the significance of death, and the path to liberation. It delves into the essence of the soul, explaining how it is eternal and beyond the physical body. It teaches us that true freedom lies in transcending the limitations of the material world and realizing our unity with the divine. This chapter emphasizes the importance of understanding our true nature and the impermanence of the physical realm. By practicing devotion, meditation, and selfless action, we can purify our minds, cultivate inner peace, and align ourselves with higher spiritual truths. These practices help us detach from material desires and focus on our spiritual growth. We can purify our minds, cultivate inner peace, and ultimately attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The Gita encourages us to live a life of righteousness and purpose, guided by wisdom and compassion, and ultimately attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death. This liberation is not just a distant goal, but a practical way of living that brings joy and fulfillment in our daily lives. The teachings of Chapter 8 provide a practical guide for navigating the challenges of life and death, offering wisdom on how to face adversity with courage and grace. It shows us how to live with integrity and purpose, even in the face of life's uncertainties, and realizing our true potential as spiritual beings. By embracing these teachings, we can transform our lives, find deeper meaning, and connect with the divine essence within us. The Gita's wisdom is timeless, offering guidance that is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago.